cannot believe I have to make this video. I cannot believe I have to fucking do this. And yet here we are. So, Ruth Rager. Hope you're having a fantastic day. Whatever. Intro. Blah. Just trying to record this quick because this is fucking stupid. Okay? I went over this on my stream, but I want to make sure this is in a nice, succinct format so people can share it and understand the situation without having to look at that one particular part of my stream. To explain the situation of what's going on now with Quantum and his nonsense, right? We're going to go over here. We're going to go to the community tab. On my stream, while I was streaming, talking about Quantum TV's newest video, which was, this here, Quantum TV drama set straight. We went over that on the stream. Somebody had told me, okay, he posted something new in the community tab. It was in reference to a certain clip, right? Now, I'm gonna say, oh God, how did I fucking phrase this last time? There's a specific title for this clip. It's a 20-second clip, which itself was trimmed down, and it was linked back to taken from a larger video, which was 6 minutes of somebody trying to, do a commentary on that one, a little segment, right? 20, 30 seconds from one of Ackman's old videos. Okay. The context here is that Ackman says some slurs. Oh no, right? On the face of it, it looks bad. Well, he's saying it, therefore it must be horrible and evil. No, that's not what's happening. And Quantum is lying. He is taking it out of context to try to prove his point, and the utter hypocrisy of that blows my mind. Because Quantum TV was the same person who was whining because everyone, when Ackman dunked on him and Mischief and whatever, when everyone was dunking on him for his Elden Ring review, they were using a clip which, according to Quantum, I can't verify because Quantum removed his Elden Ring review, so I can't even verify what the context was of the line. But according to Quantum, it was, taken out of context. It was at the end of the day, go kill yourself. That was taken out of context from Quantum TV's Elden Ring review. And I can believe that might have been taken out of context because that sounds pretty fucked up to say. Okay. Now, Quantum TV is pissed about that. I don't like when things are taken out of context. I think it's a very logical, for once, it's a logical position to hold of. Don't take things people say out of context. But Quantum TV not only is taking this clip from the Ackman out of context, he was framing it as if Vosh is some sort of pedophile. Because he was having a debate about child exploitation. Took that entire thing out of context and completely lied about Vosh. Another thing I covered on the stream, but just reiterating it here. So, he had linked that 20-second clip I told you about. He had linked that in the community tab right in between this post and this post. Okay? I went to check it at the end of stream. It was gone. I refreshed the page and it was gone, right? And I wondered, where did it go? Well, it must be that a lot of people are seeing and understanding the context of it. He's taking it down. No. The thing is, somebody else had posted that clip. Quantum wanted the views for himself. So what does he do? He posts it. Now, he doesn't have the balls to post it on his main channel. Okay? He doesn't actually have the cojones to actually post it on the main channel. It's super important, but he's not putting it on the main channel. He put it over on Controversial Truth, his second channel, where he hides all this drama shit until he has a video he wants to promote, and then that goes on the main channel, right? He puts that in the community posts, okay? He made his own stupid fucking reaction to it just for views. Understand, if it was about the clip, he would have just kept that original 20 seconds, which is all he shows in this video, by the way. This first 24, 25 seconds, there you can see it's Ackman talking. He's sitting there being all smug, like he's intelligent. Quantum, you're a fucking idiot. And I'm going to show everyone why. Okay? Now, I'm going to play the clip because I know YouTube likes to get on people's asses about the smallest fucking things. Unless your name is Quantum TV, in which case you can do whatever the fuck you want, apparently. So, I'm not going to risk that. When the clip is there, Quantum posted it on his channel. Go to Controversial Truth, watch this video before he inevitably takes it down. I'm sure he fucking will. I would be surprised if he actually leaves it up. Unless everyone in the comments is stroking his ego and being like, and falling for the lie. Right? But it's here. You can find it in other places as well, right? And of course, naturally, he doesn't link where that clip comes from. Of course, he doesn't say where he got it from. He does this with his TV settings too. He steals TV settings from people, he posts it as his own content, he sells those settings to people, doesn't source it, doesn't tell people where it came from. This is his pattern of behavior on this. But the actual video, to give you guys the context of this fucking clip that he's so, oh, it's so terrible. In the clip, Ackman is talking about jokes. He literally says, if you can't handle these types of jokes, that's not my problem. The jokes being offensive jokes. So, to explain, an offensive joke is funny because it is inherently offensive, right? Because it is using some sort of negative stereotype or viewpoint of a certain person or people or whatever, right? There is nothing wrong with a joke. There is nothing wrong with these words being used in one of those jokes. Now, you may not want to say it in polite company, right? You might just, say these things to your buddies or whatever. Don't yell this shit to people on the street. But the words themselves only have the meaning you attribute to it. This is where intent of, malicious intent, that's where that comes in. If you say a slur towards a person that the slur is referencing, and you say it in anger, and you are trying to upset them with it, congratulations, that is, that is a derogatory, that becomes a derogatory term. That is used as the derogatory term that it was created as. If you say the word in a joke, it is meant to be taken as a joke. That is not up for debate, and if you try to debate it, I'm not listening. Because comedians say fucked up shit all the time, or at least they used to, right? There is nothing wrong. George Carlin has a famous bit where he opens a show of his, right? At one of his stage shows. He opened the show by rattling off a whole bunch of slurs, right? Talking about the meaning of words. And again, this is the same type of thing. The point of his bit was that those words only mean what we think they mean, right? They only have the power we attribute to them. There are certain things, right? That, there are just, it's ridiculous. Okay, the context is about offensive jokes. Quantum TV is taking Ackman's clip entirely out of context, and I know it's out of context because he trimmed the first couple seconds off it. He didn't show the preface to this bit where Ackman is talking about these words and how they're offensive and how they're used in jokes. The preface to this is again reiterating that he's meaning jokes. He's talking about the power of these words in joke form versus in insult form. They are different categories, different use cases of the same word. Now, I'm gonna have to suffer through listening to this fucking walking moron. We're gonna break it down.
Boy, and
sorry about that. Let me adjust the audio here.
Here I thought those were just regular slurs that you just don't say.
You don't say them to people, Quantum. You do not call a gay man the F word, if we're calling it that. Back in my day, the F word was fuck, but, I'm changing, so fine. We want to call that the F word. You guys know what fucking word I'm talking about. You don't yell that at a gay man when you're pissed off at them, because that would make it an offensive slur because you're using it with malicious intent. The N-word, you do not yell that at someone when you are angry with them, because then it becomes a racist slur. How does it become a racist slur? Because of the malicious intent of the word. The word itself depends on the context of it. This is basic shit about grammar. Now, words have definitions. The definition describes what the word is referring to, or be it a concept, a person, what have you, right? That's the whole point of dictionaries. We have words in them and we have the definition of the word so that we know when that word is used, what it is referring to. The context in which you use the word changes what it refers to and how it is referring to that thing. Okay? You could I could say any of these words right now and they wouldn't be malicious. They would just be words that I would be saying. If you shout, you can sit there and just shout any of these things. You're not directing it towards someone. Should you do that? No, that's fucking stupid. But the point is that if you're not aiming it at a particular person, you're not using it because you're angry with a particular person that fits the description of that word. Okay? That is when it becomes malicious intent.
Come to find out, we're learning new things. Apparently, if we get called the N-word, black people, that's all right.
Y'all say that all the time. You don't get to play the race card now when it's convenient. He is not, again, Ackman's video in that clip, he is not saying, go call black people this. He's saying, it's an offensive joke. It's supposed to be, that's how those words are used in offensive jokes, in that context. I don't want to hear this argument of, well, we don't want to hear ourselves called that. The black community decided to alter the word, alter the ending of the word, and then start calling themselves that to sort of, recontextualize the word. Okay, obviously, we don't want the word being said. Here's an idea. Don't say that version of it either. That way, there's no reason. Then nobody really has an incentive to say the word. Other than, again, this is where it is just moronic. He's playing the race card because that's all he's got left. This is the only thing he has left because he realizes nobody is going to take his side because we've all seen the evidence of his copyright abuse. We all know he called the Ackman's mother, and that's wrong, and we've called him out for it. We all know that his Twitter was not fucking hacked. We know this. We know this. He admitted to deleting his own Twitter the second he realized somebody was looking at it. That is not the act of an innocent person. An innocent person explains their actions. A guilty person hides evidence.
We need to be able to internalize it and accept it, because if we can't, that just means we're insecure with who we.
That is not at all what Ackman said. Okay? He was talking about if the joke is being told and you're taking yourself so seriously that when you hear a particular word that's supposed to be derogatory to your demographic, then you don't need to assume that's talking about you specifically. It's an offensive joke. If it's framed as a joke, then it's a fucking joke. Quantum TV is doing exactly what YouTube did to the Ackman. They saw what was obviously a joke. What the context of it was, that YouTube knew full well what the context of Ackman's doxing joke tweet was. They understood it completely. They used it as an excuse to demonetize him. After he took it down, by the way. After he took it down by YouTube's own request. Ackman did what YouTube said. They still penalized him for it. Let that sink in. This is the same argument that he's using now. Is, well, oh, no, you can't say it. I don't care what the context is. Again, okay, if we don't care what the context is, then what laws do you want in place for policing speech? If someone says these words for any reason, what is the repercussion? What is the legal repercussion you want, Quantum? Because unless you want to put a law in place that says, oh, you can't say this, which, again, the freedom of speech. Now, that does not mean you are free from consequences. You say slurs and shit, and your boss hears about that. Maybe they don't want you working for the company anymore. They fire you. That's their right as a business. This shit happened to Gina Carano, right? Now, again, to my knowledge, she wasn't really throwing out any slurs. She was just saying some wacky shit that people didn't like, and that was making it look bad on Disney. So Disney fired her, which is fully within their rights to do. Right? They have the right to work with or not work with whoever they want. Okay. That's a consequence of Gina using her free speech, which is guaranteed by the First Amendment. You know, they wanted to throw her out of the club. All right, cool. It's their business. They can run it with with who they want and how they want. Okay, that's a consequence. That doesn't mean that there needs to be some legal repercussion. Be like, no, no, you said this, therefore this. Libel, slander, and direct threats of violence. Which, by the way, Quantum, you have done slander. You have called a man a pedophile with no evidence. That is by definition slander. If you want to talk about using words wrong and taking shit out of context, you want to talk. We want to talk about slander. We want to talk about words that offend people and that hurt someone's character. Calling Review Tech USA a pedophile with zero evidence other than he watches this person who I took the context out of, and that person was talking about child exploitation, therefore Rich is a pedophile. That is not a defense. We went over this on stream. There is no evidence to that claim that Rich is a pedophile. This is the shit that Quantum pulls. This is how stupid he is.
We are. Wow. Because obviously what he's saying is all black people are N-words, and if you can't take it, you're...
He did not say that. Shut your stupid fucking mouth. Please never open it again. You are saying nothing intelligent to add to the conversation. Man, at no point in this clip, you guys are free to watch it yourself. I'm not going to play it because YouTube will get pissed. I know damn well if Quantum sees this video, he will mass flag this shit, and then YouTube's going to look at it and go, well, it was in the video, right? And again, in this clip, this first 20 seconds here where Ackman's talking, you guys can look at it for yourselves. It has all the context I've said it has. It is in the context of offensive jokes. He at no point said that all black people are that. He at no point said that. Quantum is making shit up. He is fucking lying like he always does.
You're insecure with yourself.
Let me just say this for the record. You can call me anything you want, guys. I don't care. As long as it's not some baseless accusation. I've had a couple of those happen in my chat. Somebody attempted to call me racist with zero evidence. Now, that's because that has nothing in relation to what I've said, okay? The reason you can't call somebody a racist without seeing if they've done racist things or said racist things, okay? You can't call somebody a pedophile without evidence of them saying pedophilic shit or doing pedophilic things. Okay? In this context, okay, it is not, Hackman had not at all said that, okay? He didn't say all black people are N-words. He didn't say that. He said nothing like that. Quantum TV is a liar. That's why I'm making this video. This is who he is. He's a lying sack of shit who will fabricate any narrative he can to defend himself because he knows that what he has done is indefensible. That he is a copyright abuser. That he is a doxer. That he is an awful human being. That he has said homophobic shit on his Twitter, which is confirmed. It was on his Twitter, and we've discussed that. We've discussed all about this hacking claim he had. We've discussed the whole thing on stream. He's a fucking lying dick.
Holy shit. And that's the guy that tried to cancel me.
No, that's the guy that held you accountable for what you said on your Twitter. You said homophobic things on your Twitter. Now, it would be a very different story if he had said those things on his Twitter and then decided, you know what? I'm wrong. My bad. Deleted the tweets, apologized, and never said it again. He has gone as far as having Discord messages Quantum TV on Discord, as recent as 3 months ago, has said that there are Satanists and evil, fucking like people watching Stop could be watching Stop the FOMO 1 minute and then having anal sex with their dad. That is the shit he's continued to say. It links directly back to the type of shit he said on his Twitter. And again, notice how smug he is about it too. Notice how smug he is. He thinks it's a gotcha. He thinks that it's irrefutable proof. It's not. We've been over the context of it. And again, you guys can see the clip. It's on this video. Controversial Truth is the name of his second channel. It's in the first 20 seconds of this video. You guys can see that. Now, I will also go and find, right now, for you guys, the text of the other one. Or the context of it fuller. So, if I look in my history here, see if my history comes up. Let's see. Because I covered it yesterday, so it should be on there. I scroll through a lot of shit in a day. Where did I cover it? Here. So we have two videos here. This is the first video. Now, this is the clip in question, the 20-second clip that Quantum refers back to. Okay? This clip put out by Red the Freak. You guys can go see it. Here's the title of it. You guys can go find it yourself and watch it and see what the context is. Okay? Now, this one's desynced for some reason. I don't know why it's desynced from when he put it up, but he did. And notice how this upload only happened on June 16th. It only happened very recently. Why? People are trying to dig up random shit like this. This one happened April 12th. Okay? Red the Freak pulled it from Slacken's video. Okay? There are people in Slacken's comments that are going against him, saying, no, he wasn't saying dude had issues because he was saying some sex shit, yada yada. He was saying, gaming performance, whatever, right? The comparison here is the same. If he wasn't screaming and raging at the other person and saying it, he'd have a point. This whole clip, Ackman is talking about in the context of jokes, right? We're talking about jokes. And again, the first 20 seconds of this, here it is, right? The first 25, seconds or so. Again, this is the clip. So you guys can look at it on Slacken's channel. You guys can look at it on Red the Freak's channel. And you can look at it on Controversial Truth, which is Quantum TV's second channel. Wherever you watch it, you guys can watch it yourself. I'm not playing the fucking clip, alright? It's all right there for you. And Quantum TV has proudly posted this in his community tab. Just gonna leave this here, okay? Again, we've been over the context. You guys can go confirm the context for yourself. Everything I've said is 100% correct. The context is offensive jokes. Quantum TV took that out of context and is actively lying about Ackman's intentions in that clip. Quantum TV, I say this with my whole chest, buddy. Go fuck yourself, you lying sack of shit. I have said this before and I will say it again. When you are finally removed from YouTube, I will do a full 24-hour stream. I will do it. And I will celebrate YouTube removing your dumb ass. Because you take people out of context. You actively lie about them. You change the subject. You said you were vegan, therefore you can't be homophobic. Guys, how fucking unhinged is that? I shit you not, he says it. It's literally in this video, Quantum TV Drama Set Straight. You look at that video, it's in there. It's in, I think the first 3-4 minutes somewhere. It's somewhere early on in the video where he says, I can't be homophobic because I'm vegan. He says that. Okay? He says that. He then goes on in the same video to make 3 full-on lies, which we covered in my stream. I verified in real time that he was lying about 3 separate things. He's a fucking liar. And YouTube cannot get rid of him quick enough for my liking. Simple as that. That's it for the video. I have nothing more to say. Reeve the Ranger, signing off.